Hey guys, I'm Jeremy here for The Armory Life. In the long-range precision world, we chase sub-MOA groups. Bolt guns have been known to punch holes through holes. Achieving a 0.3 MOA group is entirely possible in the right hands, and is pretty common. Now, trailing closely behind bolt guns are modern gas guns, or semi-automatic precision rifles, most often using the direct impingement style of operation, such as an AR-15, or also chambered in .308, 6.5 Creedmoor, 6mm ARC, etc. These guns are capable of extreme accuracy, almost that of a bolt gun. But what about non-modern firearms? Specifically, older gas-operated guns. What kind of accuracy should we expect from something that was designed in, say, the 1950s or 60s? The M14 or M1A has legendary roots in military service around the world, especially at the designated marksman level. Now, I wanted to see if the M1A could still hold up today as a ragged hole puncher. I chose the M1A Loaded Precision, chambered in .308 with FDE furniture for my accuracy testing. I had some Hornady American Whitetail 165 grain laying around that I wanted to use in this test, since I was looking for a load for a future deer hunt. The optic I chose for this test was the Vortex Venom 5-25x56. It's a fantastic budget optic that I recommend to a lot of folks looking to get into the long-range game, or a scope for their very first hunt. For my bipod, I went with the tried and true B&T Atlas bipod. It's rock solid and easy to use. I have this bipod on every one of my long-range guns. The M1A Loaded Precision uses a rugged, customizable Archangel precision adjustable stock, a 4 to 5 pound national match tuned trigger, as well as a 22-inch medium weight, air-gauged 1-in-11 right-hand twist barrel. The combination of these parts makes this rifle a force to be reckoned with. This ain't your grandpa's rifle. After a little bit of research online, I was seeing that most people considered the M1A about a 2 MOA rifle. I think with the specs of the M1A Loaded Precision and some of my skill, that I could definitely beat that 2 MOA mark. I set up my local range exactly 100 yards from the paper, deployed the bipod, and set the Archangel stock on a rear bag. I loaded some basic IMI ammo just to sight in the optic for this specific rifle. Just a few easy adjustments, and we were ready to rock and roll. I fired a few random shots around the target to get the feel of the trigger. I'm most used to a 2 to 3 pound 2-stage trigger on my precision guns, so it took me a few shots to get the feel for where the M1A was breaking the shot. I then loaded up a mag of Hornady American Whitetail and prepared myself to shoot as tight a group as possible. I settled into position behind the M1A, and I input as little of me into the rifle as possible, set the reticle dead on the target, I pressed and broke the shot. I saw the impact, and I sent 2 more. Now from my spotter's view, those impacts looked stacked. I'm just glad he didn't tell me in between shots 2 and 3, otherwise I might have gotten too excited and pulled some of those shots. We walked down range with some calibers to check my handiwork. Sure enough, I shot a 0.5 MOA group with my setup. So to those who might say the M1A is a piece of outdated military history, the proof's in the pudding. The Archangel stock is very comfortable, and it allows for a great deal of adjustment to fit the shooter. The trigger is a bit heavier than I'm used to, but it also has a very satisfying trigger break that surprises you just enough to maintain a high level of accuracy without anticipating recoil. The optional steel scope mount is rock solid, and it keeps the optic low enough for the Archangel stock to get a perfect cheek weld on the rifle. The Loaded Precision variant does a really good job of modernizing the venerable M1A. I think the M1A still does actually stand up to some of the finest modern gas guns being produced today, even with a 4 to 5 pound trigger. I'm a huge fan of the M1A. Ever since I saw it as a kid, the rifle just spoke to me. It's a beautiful piece of machinery that has a storied history within the US military, as well as a long life in the civilian market with collectors and match shooters. I love that Springfield is still in full support of expanding the M1A line and providing customers with a top-of-the-line, precision-crafted piece of machinery that they can hand down for generations to come.